Alright guys, got a few minutes, so I'm going to get started on it down here. I'm going to build a partition right in the center there to divide the AC unit side from the left side, which will be open to a cooler or a stove or whatever you guys want to slide in there. Got a 20 by 20 cargo door to go here. I bought it off of eBay. It's used. We'll strip it down, paint it black like I did the other ones. That door will allow us for a cooler or a cook stove or whatever you want, storage, whatever you want to put in there. We may even do a slide out cook shelf, prep shelf up here in this area. We'll see down the road here. Anyway, we're going to get back to this wall here. We know this is not a basic shape, a standard shape. It's not square, not rectangle. But we do also know we have three measurements we can go on. We got a 16 down here. That's 16 inches from there to there. We've got 18 inches for the height inside here, and then we got 27 for the top. So taking those three measurements and laying those out on a board will actually give us this finished angle right here that we need. And it will end up looking just like this. So we'll get started on that guy. Won't take but a few minutes to cut her out. I'm going to notch it out for this piece of wood and that piece of wood, of course. And I'll also put a backer board here, and there will be a backer board on this wall. That way it's attached. I'm thinking of attaching it with screws going this way in case we ever need to get over here to do anything. This AC unit will come out this door that's going to be mounted here. But just in case you want to get in there to clean vents or anything and you don't want to take the unit out, you can't get it from the back, I may make this side removable as well. Alright gang, I got them two backer boards in there to support the edge of this wall. This is a cargo door I bought off of eBay. It was used. Painted it black. I did Scotch-Brite it down. This is a fiberglass with aluminum trim. This one doesn't have a lock on it. Lock and keys are about $7. If you go to buy these and they don't have a key, don't fret it. There's only two keys that are made for these. A 751 and a 702 or 3 or something. I'll put the actual key numbers down in the comments. You can buy those keys all day long. You can buy brand new locks with keys from Ace or from Lowe's or anywhere, even on Amazon, for about $6 a piece. So don't let a busted lock or a missing key deter you from a good deal on one of these. Boninger's up in Michigan is a used RV outlet store, and they sell. I buy a lot of them from them during the summer months. I drive up there and I'll buy 10 or so at a time, different sizes. I used to make my side doors out of these as well. I quit doing that when I got these screen door type doors that I like so much. We're going to put another one of these here. It's a 20 by 20 like I said earlier. And some of you are probably wondering why I made this hole so big. This AC unit, the manufacturer says you need 4 inches on each side and 6 inches on the top of airflow on the back side if you're going to enclose it in a cabinet. We are 6 inches here, or 4 inches here. We're 8 inches on top, about 10 inches there. Our back wall also had divider walls built into it, so when this is open, all the hot air will come out here. The recirculation air can get sucked in there to cool the fan and stuff. You don't want your unit pumping this hot air in the back. That's what kills them. This here will go like so. So we'll cut out that piece of wood here to fit this cabinet door. This can lay down when it's open while the AC's on. It's free to vent any way it needs to. Yeah, let me get that AC unit in so we can build up these 2 back panels that we're going to need. Hope y'all got full bellies. Let's get started on this build one more time. We're going to get back on this AC unit where we left off. You can see my drain pan I made there. This one was out of flashing, but if you remember, I said, hey, save your cookie sheets from Thanksgiving and Christmas. They'll work under that AC unit as a drain pan as well. I am going to pop a drain right there, even though this unit I'm using in this one says it's drain free. It doesn't need a drain. That is sealed in place already underneath with some silicone. We are going to spray it with some Flex Seal just to seal the inside bottom of that, maybe 2 or 3 inches up the walls, just as an added precaution. It can't hurt. Now, if you're using a draining unit, a unit with a drain that requires a drain, some of them even are already drilled like this one is. You can see that's the lowest part of the bottom of this unit right there. This one also has a cooling duct under it to blow air out from the bottom as well. This is an older unit. I'm not using this one. This is my mock-up unit, but I'm using that drain as a reference for the hole in this. I just figure over by the side through the solid part of the floor, just inside the metal framing, it'll drain onto the ground. And I'll show you what we're going to use as a pass-through. We're going to use these guys. If you've ever used caulk, or you ever do, save that plastic end. Cut it off flush with it. Cut it off right at the edge of that tube. That is a perfect tapered fit for Harbor Freight's tapered drill bit. We'll drill a hole in there. We'll put some silicone around that baby. Tap it down in. Cut it off flush with the pan. Put a little more silicone around it. Let it dry good, and then we'll Flex Seal over it. And there's our tapered drain running out the bottom of the camper. Just a quick, cheap, free tip so you don't have to go buy anything, guys. One more thing I want to show you, since we're talking campers. Looky what I scored on Marketplace. We'll get back on the Squaredrop in a second. I just wanted to give you all an update. If you don't want to build your trailer, like you saw us do on that, and you want to source a used one, go for it. It's been done millions of times. If you don't want to use a Harbor Freight trailer, I picked this one up on Marketplace locally for 80 bucks. The guy did all the hard work. He removed everything. It's a torsion axle, as you can see. Plenty wide enough for 5 foot between the rails. It is 4 lugs, so I'm going to be swapping them out to 5 lug hubs so I can run big 15-inch tires on it. This build will be a classic style teardrop with the curved walls, the rear galley and all that. We'll have a door on each side. We'll do it up like I do my classic models up, the 5x8s. I will be lopping this mess off right here and running my skeleton bone down the center as I do all my trailers. That way we can put a receiver up here, a removable one there, and then a bike rack receiver on the rear or whatever. This one will require a little bit of trimming on these sides, as it is just a bit wider than I want it to be. It's 5 foot to them center rails on each side, so we don't need any of that end on there. So basically it'll be a perfect 5x8. I do have to add about 8 inches to the front right there going across, but it's not a big deal. We have the metal. I'll remove most of that center junk out of there. Anyway, I just thought you'd like to see, if you're not in a place in your life where you can build a trailer, pick one up off a Marketplace. This one, 80 bucks, guys. Come on, it's a win-win. Alright gang, we are going to make the dividers for that AC unit right there. It's just going to be 3 pieces of wood, 2 triangles, and then a rectangle at the top. We'll glue them and brad nail them together, and then I'll just foam glue them to the edges of the AC unit. They will. Once this door is up in place like this, you'll see the 2 wood dividers there. And it'll actually give us the chambers we need to keep the hot and cold air separate on the back of this unit, or the fresh air and the exhaust, however you want to put it. I'm going to do some measuring here, transfer it to a piece of paper, and then cut it out on the wood. High on each side, and then we're going to come out 10 inches, and we are 1 inch away from this wood here on the back side. That wood we know is 3/4 of an inch thick, so that gives us 1 3/4 here at this height. I will transfer that to a paper template, cut it out, lay it up there, make sure it fits, cut a couple pieces of wood out, and I'll be right back. Alright gang, I'm not perfect, so I left me a little edge there just in case. You know how it is. Just to show you, you don't have to be perfect either. Inch you have at the bottom, 3/4 thickness, 13 high, 10 deep. Hold it up here. You can use, again, any material, cardboard, whatever you want, bone strap wood. I just have this roll of paper laying around, so I use it. That's kind of what we're going for on each side. And then of course we'll have the piece of wood across the top. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out on my lines, and let's see. Transfer to a piece of wood and see what we got. I'm sure y'all don't want to play kindergarten and watch me cut. That's the shape we're going for. Relatively, it should sit here and match your profile of this. And it does pretty well right there, as you can see. So we're going to bring her over to here. Look at that. There's your sidewall there. We'll make another one and put her over here. Down our angle right there is pretty straight. Looks good. Then we'll make the top piece. Let me cut one more of these out. I'll be right back. Alright, puppy and puppyettes. Got our 2 side pieces cut out. Our top piece cut out. We will brad nail them puppies together. A little glue. And with any luck, we won't have to do it twice. Really? No glue. It's cold in here. Even the glue is crying. Ta-da! And as you can see, that's kind of what we're going for. Flush here and here. I'll put some sticky foam around there so it can be removed should the AC unit ever fail in 5 years or whatever and you need to replace it. It'll be as simple as taking out the cargo door, cutting that foam off of this unit, pulling the 4 screws that are holding it, and sliding it right out the back. Alright, looks pretty good. Our angle matches up nice. We'll get this piece of wood cut out with our hole and get our cargo door on next. And I'm going to go ahead and foam this in, lock it down. Alright guys, there you see it. She's in place. Now you get the idea of how we're separating that exhaust air coming out of the rear of the unit and the recirculation air going around the unit. Both will vent out through this access door on the back of the camper. The door that goes in place, that door right there, goes right up to the top lip. And as you can see, there's plenty of room all the way around that unit for circulation. Let me get this other panel cut out on the left side of the trailer there. It's got a cargo door hole in it too, and then we'll seal that one in. That was about the hardest cut panel to do as far as cutting your angle. That's a little bit more than a 45 on the top and the bottom. And of course, you can cut it with just about anything you want. I just set my blade with an angle finder and chopped her that way. Seems to fit pretty good. I got her all sealed in and glued up. One more step closer. Let me get that other door panel on. And that's it for the AC. We will start on the skin and trim next. I'll give you a shot with the door installed before I knock that other cubby out right there and put a door in its place. It looks pretty good. She's starting to take shape. Can't wait to get that red aluminum and that black corner molding on there. With all these black doors, this thing ought to look pretty awesome. Oh, there's one of my mistakes. That's what happens when you buy used cargo doors. You get what you can get. In theory, I probably could have got one about an inch or two shorter so it cleared that hitch and laid all the way down, but not a big deal. Is what it is. That's what she looks like. Pretty good. Right, that door's just set in there, so I can pop her back out before I start on that other side.